She hopes to head to
Now, the news with Gary Liberatore and meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us on this Tuesday. I'm Gary Liberatore.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2 meteorologist Eric Gage.
What a gorgeous shot of the city of Utica. This early, it's already getting a little bright out there. Huh?
Oh yeah, 24 hours ago, cloudy skies. Now we've got a sunny start to the day today, and it's going to warm up fairly quickly.
Wow.
Summer-like conditions today. In fact, how warm will it get? Well, first let's take a look at those current conditions all across central New York. It's already 60 degrees in Rome, 55 in Hamilton, 65 out in Syracuse. This is a tale of what today is going to be like. It feels like a summer morning out there. It's going to feel like a summer afternoon with higher humidity, higher than yesterday, and also warmer temperatures peaking in the mid-80s. And so, live look at the radar. Although we're tracking some light green in the sky, that's just noise from higher moisture. And in fact, some of them actually are some morning birds going out to do some feeding. And for today, although the icons indicate mostly cloudy skies, there will be plenty of clouds in the sky, but they'll be thin, way up in the atmosphere, causing potentially just some faded sunshine. Well, again, you can see those high temperatures climbing into the mid-80s, feeling a lot like summer today. We got one more day of summer-like conditions, and then we'll start to track a cool down from a pattern shift that will last for a little bit longer than only a few days. We'll talk about the potential for that in that full forecast straight ahead. Gary?
Eric, thanks. The Utica Fire Department, the city.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired.
Good morning. Welcome back. The time now is 5:14, and we're getting you set as you head out the door on your Munson Commute Cast. And to start out, we have a traffic alert to pass along. It starts today, lasts for about 4 weeks. It's some road work being done on Route 28, and it's only or Route 20, I should say. It's only a small section, but for 4 weeks between Route 51 and Stafford Road. And this is due to culvert work, and the posted detour is right here on your screen. Route 51 to Jordanville Road, Route 18, then to Route 28. That's the official detour. And again, this lasts for about 4 weeks. So if you do take Route 28 on your morning or evening commute, just a heads up that there will be some traffic slowdowns with this route for the next several weeks. And so besides that, this doesn't affect other local road drive times at this point. Depending on if there's any real impacts on our traffic tracker, we might include the changes in the commute time for Route 20. But besides that, you can see here, I-90 arterial looking okay. Route 5S, Route 49, no traffic alerts to pass along with that as well. And then finally, Route 28, north and southbound, no changes at that point. And then, of course, Route 12, north and southbound, things are looking okay. And so for today, again, it's a mild start. Temperatures already in the low 60s. Climbing to the mid-80s, summer-like conditions all across the region. We're tracking the potential for maybe a pop-up thunderstorm later today, and when we could see a pattern change in that forecast straight ahead. Gary?
Eric, thanks. This year is the 35th anniversary of the International.
From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning. Welcome back. Thank you for joining us here on News Channel 2 at sunrise. The time now is 5:21, and so far it's turning out to be a pretty nice morning with plenty of sunshine. Let's take a live look outside on our Nexus camera, and temperatures pretty mild as well. Already 59 officially in Utica, a little warmer in Rome at 60 degrees with clear skies. And the notable thing is the dew point already in the upper 50s, and this will continue to climb throughout the day. And it will feel a lot more like summertime with the higher humidity and the faded sunshine. And a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar. The radar picking up on that moisture in the atmosphere at this point, but overall, we're not expecting any widespread rain today, but also is a good time to potentially turn on the AC. You'll probably need it for today as well as tomorrow, but a pattern change arrives by the end of the week, which will bring with it cooler temperatures and less of a need to use the AC. In fact, Mother Nature could probably do it for you with lower humidity and just lower temperatures overall. Now for today, how warm will it get? Well, highs will approach the mid-80s, higher humidity, and with sunshine faded, it will still be visible. And so just a heads up that if you're working outside today, I recommend putting on some sunscreen, having some bottles of water with you as well, as it's going to get on the hot side. What the truck is for today, and if you're heading out between 4 and 8 p.m., the temperature's pretty favorable in the low 80s, upper 70s by 8 p.m. And again, we're dealing with faded sunshine, a pop-up shower or storm, but I think those will be mainly isolated to those higher elevations due to topographical lift. And so on our Skycast today, temperatures starting out in the 60s, climbing already into the 80s by noontime, mid-80s by the evening, and potentially a pop-up thunderstorm firing up here or there, but the chances are low but non-zero. Then overnight, lows will fall only into the low 60s, with warmer temperatures arriving again tomorrow, highs in the mid-80s, and overall pretty dry weather. Another chance for a pop-up shower or thunderstorm, as you can see those tiny little dots here and there across parts of central New York. But then the pattern change starts to arrive as you head into Thursday. Widespread rain to start out your Thursday morning, a mix of moderate to heavy rainfall. Then trailing that, a mix of sunshine and some light drizzle throughout the day as temperatures remain in the 70s and 60s. And so, your 7-day forecast, we've got warmer summer-like conditions today and tomorrow, and then here comes that pattern shift. And this is not only going to last a few days, this will last into the start of next week and potentially throughout next week, with cooler temperatures and overall damp conditions with rain chances every single day. Gary?
A lot of eyes on that Friday forecast.
Yeah, it's not looking to be the best weather, but it could be worse. Yeah. Stronger thunderstorms, thankfully non-existent for that.
Yeah, they'll keep in touch with you, that's for sure. Eric, thanks. The time right now is 5:25.
News with Gary Liberatore and meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us for this half hour. I'm Gary Liberatore.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2, meteorologist Eric Gage.
And if you liked yesterday, why not today, right?
Yes, and we got even more sunshine today than we saw yesterday.
Wow.
In fact, a nice shot of the morning sunrise in downtown Utica right
Already,
now.
huh?
Now, the only thing, though, is this morning there is potential for some patchy fog in some locations. Let's take a look at where it's developing at this point across central New York on the New York Mesna camera network. And primarily some higher valley locations, Morrisville, Sherburne, noticing on the screen right there, just some patchy fog developing, as well as in the city of Oneonta, at least in the higher elevations. Now, besides that, we've got sunshine to start. Temperatures in the 60s in Rome, 55 in Hamilton, 59 down the Mohawk Valley, closer to the Hudson Valley in Albany. And a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar with the high humidity. We can actually see some of that humidity on the radar at this point with all that light green, which will eventually fade away as the temperatures continue to rise and the relative humidity will start to decrease. And so for today, though, you've got plenty of sunshine on tap. This afternoon, faded sunshine with highs in the mid-80s. There's potential for a pop-up thunderstorm here or there. The chances are low but non-zero. And we've got warmer temperatures continuing into tomorrow, but then the summer conditions do eventually come to an end, and that might be more of a long-term thing. We'll talk about that in that forecast straight ahead. Gary?
Eric, thanks. For the first time in U.S. history, the child of a sitting...
Welcome back. Good Tuesday morning, everyone. As we are approaching the beginning and middle of the week, we are still looking at high temperatures in the 80s, summer-like conditions, and with it, potential for some colorful sunsets. And our photo of the day today was taken by someone who had the same idea as me. I didn't have a camera with me. I didn't have the great shot to take the sunset, but I was like, you know what? I really hope someone was able to capture this amazing one. And sure enough, Josh was able to capture the Mohawk Valley sunset last night. And just a great shot right there. It wrapped up a overall pretty nice day, although it was a bit more humid. And we are tracking that higher humidity lingering into the next few days as summer-like conditions continue. And on top of that, this morning, a pretty warm start. Temperatures are already in the 60s in some parts of the region. 60 degrees in Whitesboro, 57 a little cooler in West Berlin, 57 degrees in Little Falls. And This afternoon, faded sunshine at most, otherwise plenty of sunshine, and potentially a stray pop-up thunderstorm could fire up depending on your location. We'll talk about those thunderstorm chances and when this summer-like weather inevitably comes to an end in that forecast straight ahead. Gary?
Eric, thanks to the Department of Transportation.
New York's most dependable weather team. Here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good Tuesday morning. We are tracking a summer-like day today with plenty of sunshine to start and a pretty mild start as well, with temperatures already in the upper 50s, low 60s. Live shot of downtown Utica right now. Gorgeous start to the day today. Officially 58, so a little cooler in Utica, but 60 degrees in Rome with higher humidity as well. Dew points in the upper 50s. And a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar. Things are quiet for now. As we approach the afternoon and evening with the higher temperature and higher humidity, there could be potential for a storm or two to fire up. And these are barely influenced by anything other than just simply minor lifting of the air. So these are I would say, easy to track. They are just a very random in nature. So if you would like to have this in the palm of your hands as well, reminder that you can download this free Storm Tracker 2 app in the bottom of your screen right there. It will give you a live look at the radar, also let you know if any lightning strikes are nearby, which is incredibly important for those of you who do work outside. And those that do work inside, well, it will be AC weather for today and tomorrow with high humidity and temperatures again climbing into the mid 80s. And throughout the day today, although it's a mild start, it quickly climbs to the warmest time of the day being around 3 to 5 p.m. this afternoon. Now, if you're heading to the festivities this evening at What the Truck, well, so far it's looking mainly dry. Temperatures upper 70s, low 80s with faded sunshine. And again, that low chance for a pop-up thunderstorm, which is why the Storm Tracker 2 app is a very important piece to have on your phone. And so on our Skycast right now, a mild start. Temperatures climb into the low to mid 80s by this afternoon. And then by this evening, you could see one or two pop-up thunderstorms fire up. The chances are low, but again, non-zero. Then by tonight, we'll fall into the low 60s, rebound back into the 80s again by tomorrow with some sunshine as well and potential for another chance for a pop-up storm to fire up here and there. And then here comes the end of the summer-like weather. We'll see low pressure arrive from the west, a washout to start out Thursday, and then a mix of sunshine and some spotty rain by Thursday afternoon. And so for today, high of 86, warm, an isolated thunderstorm by tonight, partly cloudy and mild, a low of 64. 7-day forecast. Following the summer weather today and tomorrow, widespread showers and storms start at your Thursday, drying out by the afternoon, and then the pattern shifts to cooler weather and rain shower chances lingering into next weekend. Gary?
Definitely enjoy today until that potential thunderstorm comes, right?
Yes. Enjoy the sunshine.
That's for sure. Eric, thanks. Now to the combative day on Capitol Hill.
Now, the news with Gary Liberatore and meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us. I'm Gary Liberatore.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2 meteorologist Eric Gage.
And just seeing Simone Biles right there get you in the Olympic spirit, doesn't it?
Yes, I can't believe it's only, how many days
probably
away?
about 6 weeks, 7 weeks.
7 weeks away,
Yeah.
and I'm excited to watch it as well. One of my favorites, obviously, was Michael Phelps, a swimmer as well. I was never as good of a swimmer, but
Not too late.
not too. Maybe I'll get into the sport.
Yeah.
Maybe a few years too late. But taking a live look outside right now, it's a gorgeous shot of downtown Utica with plenty of sunshine. But a heads up that not everyone is seeing completely unobstructed skies. We do have some reports of patchy fog as we take a look at the cameras of Morrisville and Sherburne on the Mesna camera network. There is some patchy fog developing there. And in fact, around the state, upper 50s in Rome, there is reports of fog in Hamilton with a current temperature of 55. And a live look at the radar with the high humidity this morning. It's picking up on the radar as light green, which is not indicating rain showers, just damp conditions with the higher relative humidity. And for today, though, Looking at sunshine to start, temperatures climbing to the mid-80s. Feeling a lot like summer today. Potentially a stray thunderstorm or two could fire up this evening, but most of us will remain entirely dry. We're tracking the continuation of this summer-like weather for tomorrow, but then a pattern change which could last longer than just a few days. We'll talk about that change in that forecast straight ahead. Gary?
Eric, thanks. The Utica Fire Department, the city of Utica.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired.
Good morning. The time now is 6:12. We're getting you set as you head out the door this morning on our Munson Commute Cast for your morning and evening commute. And first off, I want to show the scene in Oneonta. It almost looks like it's not even real with the amount of fog and the faded sun in the distance. And there is still some patchy fog in some locations this morning. But the important alert to pass along today, for those of you who drive along Route 20 to work, a heads up, there is a road closure starting today, lasting for around 4 weeks between Route 51 and Stafford Road, right around Birmingham Corners. And so, if you are using this road, the official posted detour is shown right here. Route 51, Route 18, Jordanville Road, down to Route 28, and the same way backwards, Route 28 to Jordanville Road, and then eventually to Route 51. This won't really impact other traffic for the most part. As we take a look at some of the lines here, they're mainly green, just some minor slowdowns in yellow, but overall, no huge impacts expected for your travel this morning. And so for today, we start out in the 50s and 60s with sunshine. As you just saw earlier, potential for some patchy, dense fog. This afternoon, faded sun, very warm, and potential for an isolated thunderstorm. We're tracking those, plus what we can expect for the rest of the work week straight ahead. Gary?
Eric, thanks. This year is the 35th anniversary of the International Boxing Hall of Fame.
From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning. Welcome back. It's already a very nice start to the day today with temperatures upper 50s, low 60s, lots of sunshine. There is, though, some patchy fog. Let's take a live look outside, though, at downtown Utica. Plenty of blue skies. Clouds will increase throughout the day, but these clouds will be thin and will only cause at most faded sunshine. But I want to take a look in Oneonta. Look at this scene right now. Faded sun, a layer of fog, at least across parts of the city. And if you join us on News Channel 2 at noon, I'm going to do an incredible time lapse of this and share it with all of you, because I think that this is going to turn out to be an incredible time lapse for Oneonta. In Rome, though, 59 degrees, calm winds, dew point of 57, so there is higher humidity in the air right now, and we can in fact see that humidity on the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar, where that light green indicated areas south. That's mainly the fog, which also indicates very damp conditions in the atmosphere. With the summer-like conditions expected for today, with highs approaching the mid-80s, a good idea to use those ACs maybe for today and tomorrow, but you can let Mother Nature do the air conditioning for you as we head into this coming weekend, as a cool down is expected. A major pattern shift which will linger for beyond a few days into potentially the middle of next week and beyond. Now, if you're heading out today to, for example, What the Truck between 4 p.m. to 8 p.m., weather looks to cooperate. Temperatures in the 80s and 70s with faded sunshine. A chance for a pop-up thunderstorm, but the chances are low across the region. And so on our Skycast today, a mild starts, 50s and 60s, climbing into the low to mid 80s by this afternoon. You can see faded sunshine, otherwise dry conditions, a isolated thunderstorm or two possible as we approach the evening hours. Then overnight tonight, a mild night, lows falling only into the low 60s, upper 50s. And then we're tracking yet again a summer-like day tomorrow. But following tomorrow, that's when things turn a bit more unsettled. Low pressure arrives, thunderstorms, moderate to heavy rainfall, a bit of a washout for early Thursday morning. And then by the afternoon, the front passes. We'll see just a mix of some spotty rain showers and sunshine throughout the daytime on Thursday. And so for today, high of 86, warm with an isolated thunderstorm. By tonight, we're down into the 60s with partly cloudy and mild conditions. Your 7-day forecast: summer today and tomorrow, a return to not so summer-like conditions as we head into the end of the work week. Highs only in the 60s to 70s, spotty rain showers lingering into the weekend. But if today is your birthday, make it an absolutely great one, and here's the list.
News with Gary Liberatore and meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us for this half hour. I'm Gary Liberatore.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2 meteorologist Eric Gage.
And quite the shot you got behind us here.
Yes, this is in Oneonta, a live view right now, and a bit of a difference in what we saw in the Cavvy Tower camera a few moments ago. Some low-lying clouds and faded sunshine in the distance. In fact, let's zoom into this shot right now. You guys can see just how incredible this is. And on top of that, with the fog lifting, this will make way for potentially a great time lapse. We'll showcase, of course, to all of you on News Channel 2 at noon later today. Now, across New York State on the Mesnet camera network, still some locations of patchy fog: Sherburne, Morrisville, the typical areas that usually see some morning fog. And across central New York, temperatures in the 50s and 60s, 59 in Rome, 55 Hamilton. And you can see there fog being detected in Hamilton at this point, with some moisture detected in the radar as well. And for today, it's going to be a warm one, with temperatures starting out in the 50s to 60s, climbing into the mid 80s with high humidity as well. Feeling a lot like summer for today. Same thing for tomorrow. We have potential for an isolated thunderstorm firing up later on today, but remaining mostly dry across the region. But we'll take a look at when this summer-like weather does come to an end and how long this pattern change will last in that forecast straight ahead. Gary?
Eric, thanks. For the first time in U.S. history, the child of...
Good Tuesday morning. Welcome back. With the clouds starting out yesterday, the sunshine moved through and we were able to capture a nice sunset. Well, at least I was able to capture. But thankfully, someone else was able to take a photo of the amazing sunset yesterday. This one was taken across the Mohawk Valley by Josh Waters. And what a great shot right there. I saw it driving yesterday evening, and I thought, I'm just hoping someone was able to capture it. And again, thank you to Josh for submitting this photo. Great photo right here. If you have other photos like this one, a photo that might brighten someone's day, of your pet outside, of some animals, some birds, some flowers, anything, send it to the link on top of your screen, WKTV.com/weather/pics, for a chance to have your photo featured right here on News Channel 2 at sunrise. Now this morning, it's a mild start. Temperatures already in the upper 50s, low 60s, 61 in Whitesboro, 61 in Hessville, 56 in Little Falls, and 59 in Westmoreland. It will continue to climb into the mid 80s by this afternoon, with some faded sunshine, mainly dry weather, and potential for an isolated thunderstorm or two. We'll talk about those chances, plus the inevitable cool down as we approach the end of the week in that forecast straight ahead. Gary?
Eric, thanks. More progress has been made in
New York's most dependable weather team. Here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning and welcome back. It's feeling like a lot like summer for today. Temperatures starting out in the 60s and 50s, climbing to near 80 degrees, mid 80s by this afternoon. A live look of downtown Utica right now. We've got gorgeous blue skies all across the region. Officially 59 in Utica. In Rome, 59 as well, with calm winds. It's something to mention too, though. Humidity still on the rise. It's going to feel a little bit more humid today compared to yesterday, and along with that too, higher temperatures. So a midsummer day expected for the entire morning, afternoon, and evening. And on the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar, only picking up on some early morning fog and low-level moisture. Other than that, we're not tracking any rain showers, at least for the start of today. But again, with the summer-like conditions, high heat, high humidity, it might be good AC weather for today and tomorrow, but Mother Nature can do the cooling for you as we head into this coming weekend, as a pattern shift arrives and cooling weather moves in. And this could be a bit of a long-term situation. More on that in just a few minutes. If you're heading out to What the Truck this evening, temperatures will cooperate with highs in the upper 70s to low 80s. Maybe grab a bottle of water with you too. But overall, mainly dry. There's a slight chance for an isolated thunderstorm this evening with that high heat humidity, but most of us will remain entirely dry. And so we've got just a few more days of summer-like weather today and tomorrow. Today, highs in the low to mid 80s, plenty of sunshine, low chance for an isolated thunderstorm. By tonight, mild, lows falling into the 60s with mainly dry weather and partly cloudy skies. Tomorrow, same story. Sunshine, faded sunshine by the afternoon, highs in the mid 80s, and you can see here potential for a few mile-wide pop-up thunderstorms here and there. Then the pattern shift arrives. We were blessed with dry weather over the past few days. Now here comes low pressure, and this will bring with it heavier rain showers, thunderstorms early Thursday morning. This will push through. We'll see spotty rain showers and a mix of sunshine by Thursday afternoon. But we won't see 80s, and not for a while, as this cooling pattern brings 70s and 60s to our region for the rest of the work week and into the weekend. And so for today, high of 86, warm with an isolated thunderstorm. By tonight, a low of 64 with mild conditions and partly cloudy skies. Your 7-day forecast, widespread showers and storms early Thursday, and we do dry out a little bit by the afternoon with just some spotty rain. But unfortunately, though, the unsettled pattern continues Friday into the weekend and into the start of next week. But for now, we've got a few days of summer-like weather. Gary?
Gorgeous.
Yes.
Eric, thanks. Now to the combative day on Capitol.
Now, the news with Gary Liberatore and meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us here on the CW11. I'm Gary Liberatore.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2 meteorologist Eric Gage.
And that sunshine is coming up nice this morning.
Yes, very sunny start to the day. A few places of patchy fog, but this afternoon, summer-like weather.
Yeah.
High humidity and high heat.
Yeah.
Looking at mid-80s. In fact, a live look outside across parts of central New York on the Mesna camera network. We've got faded sunshine in some locations out to the west, but areas of these, plenty of blue skies, some patchy fog, still lingering in parts of Sherburne, but the rest of central New York is looking pretty sunny. 61 in Rome, 55 in Hamilton, with Hamilton still reporting some patchy fog, and the radar picking up on that high humidity near the surface with that light green, not indicating rain showers at this point. And so for today, we're talking about sunshine turning to faded sunshine by this afternoon as some thin high-level clouds move over central New York. On top of that, we have potential for a stray storm or two to fire up with that high heat and humidity. But same thing for tomorrow. Summer-like conditions continue, but the long-term forecast turns a bit cooler and a bit more unsettled. We'll talk a bit more about that in that forecast straight ahead. Gary?
Eric, thanks. The Utica Fire Department.
From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning and welcome back. The time now is 7:23 and we are tracking a warm start to the day today with temperatures already in the 60s. Take a live look at downtown Utica right now. We've got gorgeous blue skies and overall a pretty dry day. The only thing, though, is the humidity will be on the rise. It will feel a lot like midsummer. Now, currently in Rome, 61 degrees, dew point of 57, so humidity continues to be on the rise this morning. In fact, we can see some of that dampness on the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar with that light green. But as the temperatures rise, the relative humidity will lower and that green will fade away. But with the warmer temperatures the next few days, it might be a good idea to have those ACs on, but you only need them for the next two. Following Thursday, you'll let Mother Nature do that for you as we'll start to cool down back into the 70s and 60s as we approach the middle of the weekend. But for now, if you are heading out to, for example, What the Truck today between 4 to 8 p.m., weather looks to cooperate. Upper 70s, low 80s, faded sunshine, high humidity, and potentially a stray thunderstorm or two, but those chances are low and for the most part aren't expected to reach Utica at this point. And so on our Skycast for today, we're talking about temperatures climbing into the low to mid 80s with faded sunshine, and then maybe one or two pop-up showers and thunderstorms later on this evening. Again, isolated in nature and not looking to be completely widespread. Most of us will remain entirely dry. Then by tomorrow, we've got temperatures climbing into the mid 80s once more with plenty of sunshine, high humidity once more, and same sort of pop-up thunderstorms possible here and there for Wednesday afternoon. Then the pattern shift arrives as we head into Thursday. Thunderstorms, rain showers, heavier downpours in the early morning, followed by spotty showers mixed with sunshine as we approach Thursday evening. And so for today, high of 86, warm with an isolated thunderstorm. By tonight, a low of 64 with partly cloudy skies and mild conditions. 7-day forecast, we've got 80s today and tomorrow, 70s Thursday and Friday, 60s so far for the weekend with overall damp conditions. And as we head into Monday, cooling down once more.
Joining us now, and Eric, quite the warm stretch we're in right now.
Yeah, feeling a lot like a midsummer day. It's already in the upper 70s right now, humidity on the rise. In fact, let's take a look at those temperatures out there at this point. Currently 80 degrees officially in Rome already, and it's only going to continue to get warmer over the next several hours. 79 Hamilton, 84 in Syracuse. Looks like the warmest temperature in upstate New York at this point reported on those weather stations. And across central New York on the Mesnet Camera Network, we're seeing a mix of some faded sunshine and a few puffy cumulus clouds, but so far, nothing to report on the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar. Things are entirely dry at this point. It looks like there is a single thunderstorm cell trying its best to pop up just in parts of Hamilton County south of Speculator. We'll continue to track some of these because, again, with the high heat and humidity, there's a potential for a stray thunderstorm or two to pop up out of nowhere. And so in the next 12 hours, highs in the mid 80s with, of course, high humidity. Feeling a lot like summer out there today. And following that tonight, we quiet down with lows falling into the 60s. We got another summer-like day in store for us tomorrow. But then things turn a bit more unsettled and a bit more cool. We'll talk about that forecast straight ahead. Gary?
Eric, thanks. Opening statements are set.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good afternoon. Welcome back, everyone. It's already turning out to be a very warm day. Highs already in the 80s. We'll continue to climb a few more degrees by the rest of this afternoon. A live look at downtown Utica. Pretty much 99% of us, 95% of central New York will see skies like this for the entire daytime today. However, with the high heat and humidity, currently 81 officially in Utica, 80 degrees in Rome, and dew points in the 60s, also indicating high humidity, there's potential for a pop-up thunderstorm or two to arrive in a random location today. Now, a live look at the radar. As I mentioned earlier, I was keeping an eye on this tiny little circle right here, and sure enough, it definitely was a mini cell of a storm popping up just, again, south of Speculator. But I'm going to zoom in outside of our area to give you an example of how these storms fire up. You can notice right here, 11:30, 11:45, not a single storm in sight. All of a sudden, it taps into that instability and that humidity, and all of a sudden, a thunderstorm or a quick downpour pops up, and that's just only a few miles wide to the west of Geneva. But with the high heat and humidity today, regardless of rain showers, it might be good to turn on some of the ACs for today and tomorrow, but it's only temporary. As we head into the rest of the week, things favor more cool and at least unsettled conditions, less favorable to have the AC on. In fact, maybe open window weather if it wasn't raining so much. And so if you're heading out to potentially wash the car today, good weather for that. Same thing for Wednesday. But if you want to hold off until Thursday, let Mother Nature do it for you. We got some heavier rain showers and downpours along with thunderstorms on Thursday morning. And so our Skycast showing warm conditions, temperatures in the 80s. You can notice these tiny green dots indicating the potential for a pop-up thunderstorm here and there. But as you can see, it's few and far between. Most of the area is entirely dry. Then by tomorrow, warming up into the mid-80s once more. Same story. High heat humidity, pop thunderstorm possible here, there, depending on location. And then the better chance for widespread rain showers and thunderstorms and heavier downpours. Thursday morning, low pressure begins to arrive, and this kicks off a pattern change that will linger for potentially the rest of the week into the weekend and even into the start of next week with cooler temperatures and unsettled weather. But for Thursday, though, after the morning downpours, it's only a mix of sunshine and some light sprinkles throughout the rest of the day. But for today, though, warm, isolated thunderstorm, a high of 86. By tonight, a low of 64 with partly cloudy skies and mild conditions. 7-day forecast. Following some thunderstorms Thursday morning, we quiet down on the stormy side of things with only just some spotty light rain showers, drying conditions. But then the pattern favors 60s and 70s heading into the weekend with unsettled conditions. So for now, let's enjoy the early summer-like weather we're experiencing right now.
Well said, and we're all hoping for good weather for that ride on Friday.
I hope so, too.
That's for sure. Coming up, if you are a fan of Dr. Pepper, you're not alone in helping the popular drink make a new mark in the soda.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good afternoon. Welcome back. The time now is 12:42, and it feels a lot like summer out there today with temperatures already in the 80s, much more noticeable humidity, and overall plenty of sunshine. Before we get to that, though, you probably heard from us that there was a report of a bear in Whitesboro. How about this? A photo submitted to us on our website, WKTV.com/weather/pics, of this adorable photo of the bear zoomed in, taken by Michael, and it looks like the name is cut off there by the bottom part, but as you can see, great photo submitted to us, and again, just absolutely adorable shot of the bear. The reports coming in that the bear is no longer in the tree as of now. Downtown Utica, gorgeous blue skies, some puffy cumulus clouds, and temperatures in the low 80s. And in Rome, a little cooler, 80-degree temperature, but the humidity, 60-degree dew point. That means that it feels humid out across the region. And a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar. We have a couple of pop-up showers and storms trying their best to form. We got a few dots right here in Hamilton County, just north of Speculator, one in Montgomery County, and so far, factoring in the noise on the radar, nothing else that I can see as of now. And as we mentioned earlier, that pop-up storm that happened outside of Geneva, take a look at how small the storm is and how quick it formed and diminished. So that gives you an idea of the characteristic of these showers today. So most of us will remain entirely dry, but will also remain relatively warm and humid. And so next few days, great chance to turn on those ACs, but you won't need them too long. As we head into the rest of the work week, Mother Nature can do that for you, cooling things down back into the 60s and low 70s. Another thing Mother Nature can do for you as well, if you hold off washing your car until Thursday, heavier downpours and thunderstorms could clean off some of the dirt and pollen, which is the main culprit of accumulation of items on your car, at least at this point. But if you want to get it done sooner, today and tomorrow, of course, great weather for the car wash. And so in our Skycast this afternoon, temperatures climbing into the mid-80s, feeling a lot like summer. Potentially a pop-up storm here and there, but most of us remain entirely dry. Same thing for tomorrow, kind of like a midsummer day. High temperatures, high humidity, stray isolated thunderstorm or two. And then following that, this is when our weather pattern begins to change. We got a low pressure arriving from the west, bringing showers, embedded thunderstorms, downpours, initially for Thursday morning. And then by the afternoon, a few spotty showers with a mix of sunshine and clouds. Overall, a start to what will be an unsettled stretch of weather lingering beyond just Thursday. And so for today, high of 86, warm with an isolated thunderstorm. Tonight, a low of 64 with mild conditions and partly cloudy skies. 7-day forecast, showers and storms early Thursday, then activity quiets down a little bit, still looking a bit unsettled for the ride for missing children on Friday. Unfortunately, I'll try my best to summon the weather gods and maybe produce a little window of dry weather for Friday and maybe into the weekend, but so far our luck was with this past weekend, not so much with the week going forward.
The good news, though, everybody gets a free car wash Thursday.
Yes, free car wash. Mother Nature decides to clean your car for you.
Yeah, you can't beat that.
Yeah.
Eric, thanks. Well, more progress has been made in buying.
Meteorologist Bill Curtis for a first look at the forecast. Absolutely warm, gorgeous day today.
Yeah, really nice. Very warm this evening. Our current temperature is 85. If you love this kind of weather, another nice day tomorrow. Our dew point 57. It's slightly humid, but it's not like it would be on a typical midsummer day. We expect the temperatures to continue to stay this warm here for about the next 24 hours, but there are some big changes ahead. And it starts with a cold front beginning Thursday. Live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. We thought there could be a slight chance of a shower today. So far, things have been pretty quiet. The heat continues through tomorrow. Cold front arrives Thursday. That's expected to bring widespread showers and storms and big changes in the weather. It's going to get much cooler here as we head into the weekend. This evening, again, very lovely, partly sunny. And if you don't like the heat, it does become a lot more comfortable this evening. That's the nice thing about summer. We're tracking some cooler weather as we look ahead. Look at the forecasts coming up. Kristen, back to you.
A couple of traffic alerts in Herkimer County.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. A very warm day across central New York. Temperatures made it into the low to mid 80s for many areas. Live look in downtown Utica. Lovely day. We've stayed dry throughout the afternoon. Here's what to expect here over the next couple of days. We do have some big changes in our weather. Tomorrow, it's another hot and humid day. There is a slight chance of a pop-up shower or storm. But like today, I think most of us will escape rain-free. On Thursday, a widespread, a cold front will bring widespread showers and thunderstorms to our area. There's the localized risk of maybe some flooding here as the rain comes down pretty hard. And then Friday, widespread showers, breezy, cooler, and that type of weather is going to continue as we head into the weekend. Beautiful sunrise this morning. By the way, the sun gets up really early these days, before 5:30 a.m. This picture taken by Carly Thompson along Route 20. Again, a great photo of that. Live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Things look quiet. The winds pick up. Not only do temperatures fall as we look ahead, but the winds pick up and our rain chances increase. It looks breezy as we head into the end of the week and weekend. A lovely afternoon across the area as we look at some local temperatures. Westmoreland 86, Westernville 86 degrees, as well as Dolgeville and Little Falls. Across Southern Valleys, Sherburne 85, Oneonta 79, and Cooperstown with 81. A cold front will work in from the west, and that will eventually be the catalyst for change, but it doesn't arrive until Thursday, so things look to stay very warm and generally dry here over the next 24 hours. Tonight, partly cloudy skies, a very warm night. Good night to run the air conditioner if you have it. Overnight lows in the 60s. Very warm day tomorrow. Temperatures climb into the upper 80s. Again, a very slight chance of a pop-up shower or storm. Tomorrow night, a very mild night. Showers and storms on Thursday, unsettled, and I think we may have more than one round of rain as we get into Thursday afternoon. Partly cloudy, mild tonight, low of 64. Hazy, hot, humid tomorrow, 88 for the high. Again, an isolated storm. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Wet Thursday, showers, storms, 77. On Friday, clouds, showers. The ride for missing children looks to be much cooler. But again, if you're on a bike for 78 miles, I think you would probably prefer that kind of weather than a day like tomorrow, 88. Breezy over the weekend, showers, temperatures in the upper 60s, and then we're back into the 70s early next week.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you. As the temperature rises, so does the risk. Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
We just want to remind folks just to be careful on days like today walking your pets because it's a hot day. The pavement can get quite toasty. In fact, on a day like today, even though we're not quite 90 degrees, the pavement could be triple digits. And if you're walking your dog, it's going to be very uncomfortable for your dog's paws. Sometimes it can be dangerous if it can get over 130 degrees. There's an easy way to tell. Just put your hand down on the pavement. If it's too uncomfortable for you to do that, skip the dog walk. Better yet, have it in the morning or in the evening where the sun angle isn't quite as strong. Live look at the Yorkville Battery Stern Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Things look pretty quiet across the region. It's going to be another very warm day tomorrow. Temperatures in the upper 80s. The weather cools down beginning Thursday, and it turns much more unsettled with rain chances ahead heading straight through the weekend. This evening, again, keep the dog walk towards evening time where it's going to be a lot more comfortable. Temperatures in the low 80s to upper 70s. Pixie from Gloversville is tonight's featured dog. This is brought to you by Nye Automotive Group. Tracking our next chance of rain, a look at the forecast is coming up. Kristen, back to you.
Fashion and celebrity portrait photography.
Most dependable weather team. Here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. A lovely day across central New York. Very warm, but the sun shining brightly this afternoon. This is a live look in Old Forge. A current temperature of 82 degrees. It is noticeably more humid, but the humidity isn't quite as high as it typically would be, say, in the middle of July or August. Live look at the Yorkville Battery Stern Tracker 2 Doppler radar. All is quiet across the region. It looks to stay dry throughout this evening and tonight. The air conditioner coming in handy over the next couple of days. High temperatures once again in the 80s tomorrow. A lot of us will be in the upper 80s, so a few degrees warmer than even today. If you don't like the heat and humidity, the rest of the week is going to be your favorite. We are looking at much cooler weather, especially as we head into the weekend. High temperatures on Saturday and Sunday, likely not hitting 70. The weather does change as we look ahead. In fact, I encourage you to get the lawn cut if you have to take care of that. If you're not a fan of the heat, go make the cut either in the morning or in the evening tomorrow. That's going to be your best bet because Thursday and Friday, they look wet. Looks like a washout Thursday and close to a washout on Friday. Our MoCast is brought to you by Clinton Tractor. The humidity will stick around for the next 2 days before the humidity drops as cooler temperatures arrive heading into the weekend. Our sky watchers, our neighbors checking in with the temperature. Whitesboro, Kirsten with 83 degrees, Mike in New Hartford 85, Barneveld 79, Curtis 81, Jeff and Mohawk 83, Frank and Paynes Hollow 79, and Worcester, Carroll checks in with 82. We do have a cold front that will approach the area on Thursday. That'll be our next weather maker, and it is going to be a big weather maker. We're talking about widespread showers and storms along with a big drop in temperature. Until that arrives, summer sticks around. Temperatures tonight only drop into the mid-60s, a great night to run the air conditioner if you have it. Tomorrow, a very warm and slightly humid day. Temperatures climb into the mid to upper 80s. There's a slight chance of a pop-up shower storm like today. It doesn't necessarily mean it's going to happen. Heading into tomorrow night, the weather starts to change. Clouds thicken up. Widespread showers and storms are expected on Thursday. Some locally heavy rain as well, with high temperatures in the upper 70s. Tonight, partly cloudy, a mild night, a low of 64. A very warm day tomorrow, beautiful. Again, an isolated storm possible, high of 88. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Starting to cool down Thursday. Showers, thunderstorms, 77. Cool and breezy as we head into Friday, Saturday, and Sunday with high temperatures in the upper 60s to near 70. We'll slowly start to warm up and turn the corner with just a few scattered showers as we look ahead to Monday and Tuesday of next week. We'll be right back.
Look at the forecast with Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Beautiful day today, very warm. Our current temperature 85 degrees. The dew point, it's up, but it's not as high as it would be, say, in the middle of summer. So it does feel slightly humid outside. But we are looking at dry conditions. If you're looking to get out and enjoy a lovely evening, things look to cooperate. This is a live look at the Yorkville Battery Stern Tracker 2 Doppler radar. The weather remains very warm. In fact, it looks even warmer tomorrow. Temperatures in the upper 80s before things start to change. A strong cold front is expected to arrive on Thursday. It produces widespread rain. Some of that rain could be heavy at times, along with some thunder and lightning. Behind that, again, much different weather. A big a big-time cool-down as we head into the end of the week as well as weekend. This evening, again, a lovely evening. Get out and enjoy it. Temperatures in the upper 70s to low 80s. We are tracking that big drop in temperature along with an increased chance of rainfall. Look at the forecast coming up. Jason, back to you.
All right, thank you, Bill. Turn to Albany now.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. Turning out to be a lovely day. A very warm afternoon, but it's remained mostly sunny throughout. It's a live look in downtown Utica, a temperature of 83 degrees. Here's what to expect with our changing weather. It's another very warm and a somewhat humid day tomorrow. Temperatures look to be warmer than today. A slight chance of a pop-up thunderstorm, but it's Thursday that's going to bring our best chance of rain as a strong cold front arrives. We're expecting widespread showers and thunderstorms. Locally heavy rain is possible. And then Friday, widespread showers, breezy and cooler. And that weather is going to continue as we head into the weekend. Beautiful sunrise this morning. This is taken by Carly Thompson. The sunrise, by the way, the earliest that it typically gets all year happens in about a week. It's 5:20 is our earliest sunrise of the whole year for the city of Utica. So you got to be up really early to be able to see the sunrise these days. Live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Again, it's been a dry day, and I think we'll do it again tomorrow. Again, just a very slight chance of a pop-up storm. The humidity sticks around. It's not really humid, but it is noticeable. The humidity starts to decrease heading into the weekend. Sky watchers, our neighbors checking in with the temperature. Bob and Clinton, 85. Fairfield, Sandy, 85 degrees. Paynes Hollow, 79. And Richfield, Jim, with 73 degrees. We do have a cold front that will catch up with us on Thursday. That's still to the west. So until that arrives, the weather's relatively quiet. It's a very warm night. Good night to run the air conditioner if you have it. Overnight lows drop down only into the mid-60s. Beautiful day tomorrow, lots of sunshine, very warm. Temperatures push the upper 80s. Again, a slight chance of a pop-up shower storm. Tomorrow night, a very warm night, increasing clouds. Our weather changes. Thursday, a strong cold front arrives, widespread rain, locally heavy, some thunder and lightning possible too, and noticeably cooler with temperatures in the upper 70s. Partly cloudy tonight, a mild night, a low of 64. Very warm day tomorrow, sunshine. Slight chance of a storm, 88 for the high. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Widespread storms Thursday, 77. It turns cloudy and cool as we head into Friday, Saturday, and Sunday with high temperatures in the upper 60s to low 70s. The weather does improve. It looks less wet, just a few scattered showers as we look ahead to Monday and Tuesday. We'll be right back.
Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis, what an awesome, I guess you would say it, sunrise, right? Because that's the moon, but you're talking 4:45 a.m.
The sun gets up so early this time of the year. I think it's almost 5:20. Oof. Remember those days?
Oh, we like to forget them. No, we had a good time, but still, I like this better.
What I did like about this time of the year, getting up that early, was you almost felt normal driving into work at 4 o'clock in the morning, getting some twilight. This picture, by the way, from Todd in Paris. Yeah, we've got some of the longest days of the year ahead as we head towards the summer solstice, and it is going to feel a lot like summer out there. Just a reminder, on days like tomorrow, as air temperatures climb into the upper 80s, the pavement can get very hot. It could get over 125 to 140 degrees. So just a reminder, be very careful. Don't walk your dog during the middle of the day. The pavement can be enough where it could actually damage your dog's paws. And if you're not sure, just put your hands on the pavement. If it's too uncomfortable to keep it there for a few moments, then again, skip the dog walk. Better yet, do it in the morning or the evening. That's the nice thing about the summer, is that it's only hot usually for just a couple of hours. This is going to be the last very warm day ahead. We've got much cooler weather on the horizon, along with some rain. Look at the forecast coming up. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. He gave...
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. Things are looking mild out there tonight. A current temperature of 70 degrees at 11 o'clock this evening in downtown Utica. It is a good night to run the air conditioner if you have it. Temperatures are expected to only bottom out in the mid-60s. Another warm and humid day tomorrow, a hot one. Temperatures in the upper 80s. A slight chance of a pop-up shower or storm. As we look ahead, just going to break down some of the things to watch for here this week. Thursday, that's the day where we're expecting a cold front to arrive. Widespread showers, thunderstorms, and locally heavy rain is possible. Much cooler weather will be here on Friday. The showers will be widespread, a low chance for thunder, but the big story, breezy and cooler conditions, and that will be the case as we head into the weekend. Live look at the Yorkville Battery, Stern Tracker 2 Doppler radar. All is quiet across the region. Light winds over the next couple of days, but once that cold front moves in and the cooler air gets here, we're expecting breezy conditions as we head into Friday and Saturday. The humidity will be dropping throughout the course of this week, again, as that cooler weather arrives, but it's going to be a humid day tomorrow as well as early Thursday before that cold front arrives. Radar and satellite image showing pretty quiet weather for now. This is the cold front that will cause our weather to change as we head into Thursday. Again, that will bring widespread showers and storms to our area. Tonight, very mild. Overnight lows drop down into the mid-60s. Tomorrow, another hazy, hot and humid day. There's a slight chance of a pop-up thunderstorm in the afternoon. High temperatures in the upper 80s. A very muggy night tomorrow night with mostly cloudy skies. Rain is expected to arrive early Thursday against some rumbles of thunder. Locally heavy rain throughout Thursday with high temperatures in the upper 70s. Partly cloudy, mild tonight, a low of 64. Tomorrow, a hot and humid, an isolated thunderstorm is possible in the afternoon. A high temperature of 88. Stern Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Showers, thunderstorms on Thursday, 77. Again, we'll be on the lookout for some locally heavy rain. The ride for missing children on Friday looks breezy, cooler, on and off rain showers, 71. On and off rain showers heading into the weekend. Doesn't look to be a washout on any particular day, although Thursday would probably be the closest to a washout of the 7-day. The bigger story, just the cooler temperatures and the changes ahead.
And then it'll all bounce back soon.
Eventually, yeah.
Yes. All right. Thank you, Bill. Well, it's the first full week. Meteorologist Bill Curtis. What an awesome, I guess you would say it, sunrise, right? Because that's the moon, but you're talking 4:45 a.m.
The sun gets up so early this time of the year. I think it's almost 5:20. Oof. Remember those days?
Oh, we like to forget them. No, we had a good time, but still,
Well,
I like this better.
What I did like about this time of the year, getting up that early, was you almost felt normal driving into work at 4 o'clock in the morning and getting some twilight. This picture, by the way, from Todd in Paris. Yeah, we've got some of the longest days of the year ahead as we head towards the summer solstice, and it is going to feel a lot like summer out there. Just a reminder, on days like tomorrow, as air temperatures climb into the upper 80s, the pavement can get very hot. It could get over 125 to 140 degrees. So just a reminder, be very careful. Don't walk your dog during the middle of the day. The pavement can be enough where it could actually damage your dog's paws. And if you're not sure, just put your hands on the pavement. If it's too uncomfortable to keep it there for a few moments, then again, skip the dog walk. Better yet, do it in the morning or the evening. That's the nice thing about the summer, is that it's only hot usually for just a couple of hours. This is going to be the last very warm day ahead. We've got much cooler weather on the horizon, along with some rain. Look at the forecast coming up. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. Things are looking mild out there tonight. The current temperature is 70 degrees at 11 o'clock this evening in downtown Utica. It is a good night to run the air conditioner if you have it. Temperatures are expected to only bottom out in the mid-60s. Another warm and humid day tomorrow, a hot one. Temperatures in the upper 80s. A slight chance of a pop-up shower or storm. As we look ahead, just going to break down some of the things to watch for here this week. Thursday, that's the day where we're expecting a cold front to arrive. Widespread showers, thunderstorms, and locally heavy rain is possible. Much cooler weather will be here on Friday. The showers will be widespread, a low chance for thunder, but But the big story, breezy and cooler conditions, and that will be the case as we head into the weekend. Live look at the Yorkville Battery, Stern Tracker 2 Doppler radar. All is quiet across the region. Light winds over the next couple of days, but once that cold front moves in and the cooler air gets here, we're expecting breezy conditions as we head into Friday and Saturday. The humidity will be dropping throughout the course of this week, again, as that cooler weather arrives, but it's going to be a humid day tomorrow as well as early Thursday before that cold front arrives. Radar and satellite image showing pretty quiet weather for now. This is the cold front that will cause our weather to change as we get into Thursday. Again, that will bring widespread showers and storms to our area. Tonight, very mild. Overnight lows drop down into the mid-60s. Tomorrow, another hazy, hot and humid day. There's a slight chance of a pop-up thunderstorm in the afternoon. High temperatures in the upper 80s. A very muggy night tomorrow night with mostly cloudy skies. Rain is expected to arrive early Thursday, against some rumbles of thunder. Locally heavy rain throughout Thursday with high temperatures in the upper 70s. Partly cloudy, mild tonight, a low of 64. Tomorrow, a hot and humid, an isolated thunderstorm is possible in the afternoon, a high temperature of 88. Stern Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Showers, thunderstorms on Thursday, 77. Again, we'll be on the lookout for some locally heavy rain. The ride for missing children on Friday looks breezy, cooler, on and off rain showers, 71. On and off rain showers heading into the weekend. Doesn't look to be a washout on any particular day, although Thursday would probably be the closest to a washout of the 7-day. The bigger story, just the cooler temperatures and the changes ahead.
And then it'll all bounce back soon.
Eventually, yeah.
Yes. All right. Thank you, Bill. Well, it's the first full